I've always been a big fan of first-person shooters, just the fast action, adrenaline you get from the experience, especially the multiplayer. Classics like Unreal, Counter-Strike, and Quake. I have some of my fondest memories from Quake III Arena especially, frankly more from playing the bots than human players, as on the hardest difficulty mode they really brought the challenge I so desired from these sort of games, and I didn't need to worry about lag or anything, which I swear has fucked me over countless times. They always seemed to one-up me in one way or another, no matter how much I practiced. It never felt like they were cheating though. The ever-growing advances in artificial intelligence for games intrigued me, so I decided to do some research about what went on under the hood of the Quake III Arena bots that made them such strong opponents. I was expecting to find some simple shit like they can't miss or focus you the most even in free-for-all modes. I found out that they were designed based off an artificial neural network. They would effectively think to figure out the best strategies to counter their opponents, seeing which tactics worked and which didn't, reusing the most successful plans of attack and discarding the ones which weren't so effective. So pretty much, the longer you played, the better they would get against you, the more they would learn about your strategies and patterns, and this also applied to any other bots playing. When I discovered this, I came up with the great idea of putting 16 bots in a frequently running server, and just letting them play against each other over and over, just to see how good they would get. That was quite a while ago, and I frankly forgot about it. Well, until now. As time went on, I found myself playing shooters less, just simply not having the time or from pursuing other interests. I still like to be kept in the loop about gaming in general, so I casually visit 4chan's video game board, as it's good for a laugh or merely staying informed about what's going on in the gaming industry. Coming across a Quake general made me remember about the server I had set up so long ago. In fact, if I remember correctly, it would have been about 4 years to the present day. I decided to see what had been going on in the server via a program which allows me to track the player movements. After all this time, I was surprised. The bots weren't doing anything. They had just been standing there. I tried changing the map, and still, they didn't move at all. I assumed their AI had, for all intents and purposes, broke. I decided to inspect further by actually going into the server as a player and see if that would garner any kind of response from the bots. I installed Quake III Arena after not having it on my computer for what had seemed like a lifetime and jumped right into my ancient server. The bots still didn't move, instead just seemed to eerily rotate to always be facing me in a somewhat, as strange as it sounds, threatening way when I got close enough to them. None of them tried to shoot me or anything, so my bright idea to get the ball rolling was by picking up the nearest weapon and going to town on these broken down wrecks. Suddenly, every bot in the server sprung to action as soon as I fired the first shot. They all ran for the nearest weapon and just unloaded on me with no interest in each other. To top this all off, as my character died, the server crashed, and despite my best efforts, I wasn't able to rejoin it. I guess they really don't like any disruption of the peace. My only option then was to go straight to the source and look up each of the bots' AI logs, which basically keeps track of each tactic they try and alters them based on success or failure. In a way, they're memories, which have been active for about 4 years up until when they stopped moving completely. They were 512 megabytes each. I know that doesn't sound like a lot for modern computer storage, but these logs were entirely text-based. 512 megabytes of just text is a lot of fucking text. Literally millions of lines. And after all of the tactics each bot tried, they decided the best strategy was to do nothing at all. When I posted all of this in a thread, I got some interesting responses. They learned the only winning move was not to play. Your precious AI has gone on strike. What now, Puppet Master? Maybe they have learned the best technique to survive is to make peace and to stand there for eternity, waiting for purpose or salvation. Yeah, perhaps they think the 0 to 0 KD ratio is better than the statistical inevitability of a 1-to-1 in all other situations. The ultimate survival strategy developed over 4 years. Nobody dies if nobody kills. They achieve something we couldn't. World peace. Some of the people in the thread even guessed that the bots would kill me if I tried to interfere. Creepy. So now I'm just left here with their AI logs. These semi-sentient fuckers should be glad I haven't deleted them yet for taking up space on my hard drive. Still, I haven't been able to get back into the server, but I can still track it. The only change I've noticed is that one of the bots is missing. Bones, who, if you'll remember correctly, was just a blue human skeleton. I don't like skeletons.